Sandwiches. Simple in concept, yet limitless in execution. And we're on a mission to find out which part of the world makes them the best. Today we're gonna shed light on 5 popular sandwiches from 5 amazing countries in Eastern Europe and the Balkans. Both regions with hearty, rustic, and underrated sandwiches. Now only one of these sandwiches is gonna claim victor by the end of the video, and that's important because it's gonna represent Eastern Europe and the Balkans in our final global sandwich showdown. And stick around till the end of the video because that's when we're gonna kind of take the best components from each sandwich and fuse together the ultimate Euro-Balkan Frankenstein sandwich. Who will take the W? Let's find out. Quick sidebar, Eastern Europe is defined differently depending on where you live. Here in the States, Eastern Europe is often a blanket term used to describe countries east of Germany, but Central and Southeastern European countries are sometimes bunched in the mix. Now, is that correct? Incorrect? I'm not here to tell you that, that's up to you, but I wanted to address it. Feel free to leave any esoteric geopolitical philosophical debates in the comments below. Greece, baby, famous for its islands and crystal clear water. Greece has bestowed us with Western philosophy, democracy, olive oil. It's a strong country. The euro, not the gyro, the euro, actually means to turn in Greek. It features meat roasted on a vertical spit, typically pork, wrapped in pita with tzatziki, tomatoes, onions, and some other stuff. It's become iconic, especially here in the States, especially here in the city I'm from, Chicago. It's one of my favorites. It's actually my airport go-to food. Land late at O'Hare, get a gyro afterwards on the way home. It's the best. A good gyro starts with good meat. You can find gyro made with chicken, beef, lamb, a mixture thereof, but classically, it's gonna be pork. So this is just ground pork and a couple other things that I spit roast in the oven. So is it spit roasting? I guess not really. It's on a spit though. I've used this technique many times on the channel. I'll leave a recipe link for you below. I gotta give credit where it's due. This is inspired by the modernist pantry. They use transglutaminase, which is meat glue, and tripolyphosphate, which just keeps things super juicy. It sounds fancy, and you do gotta order some special ingredients, but it's really easy to do and it's fun. Or, you know, you can just buy gyro meat. They sell that at the store too, I noticed in some places. And I mean, look at that. I've been eating gyro my entire life and it's shocking how similar this looks to the actual shops. Alright, we gotta talk tzatziki, aka that cooling, delicious cucumber yogurt dip that is served with many Greek dishes. Here we're just gonna squeeze some water out of one cuke daddy. It's controversial, but I like to grate some cucumber coarse and then some fine, just for textural variation. Into a big mixing bowl, we're gonna go in with our Greek yogurt, cucumber, garlic, dill, lemon juice, and a pinch of goshe. The dill is optional, but I really like dill in tzatziki. I think it's really nice, but leave it out if you don't like dill. For authentic tzatziki, make sure to use Greek yogurt and not just a regular plain whole milk. It's just, you need it for the texture. Poland is celebrated for its delicious pierogies, a certain high-proof clear spirit, and playing a significant role in the fall of communism. Fun fact, Poland has one of the world's oldest salt mines that is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site now. Double fun fact, whenever I walk into a Polish or European grocery store, all of the Polish grandmas start talking to me in Polish. And I have to shamefully respond in English because I don't know any Polish. I guess I look Polish. Do I look Polish to you?
Oh yeah.
You think? Zapiekanka is an open-faced sandwich on a halved baguette-like bread topped with shrooms, cheese, and ketchup. It emerged as a budget-friendly street food during communist-era Poland and remains a nostalgic favorite among the people today. Lucky for us, I actually happen to have a Polish buddy who loves this sandwich, spent the first part of his life in Poland, so this recipe is a version of his. Shout out Maciek, aka Grilling with Dad. The ingredients for this sandwich are pretty straightforward. There are some things I want to talk about though. The first of which is this red wax ball, which is just Gouda cheese. And the second is this Polish ketchup, and Maciek told me I pretty much couldn't make the sandwich without this. Taste test time. Let's start with the classic American catsup and the Polish one. Just visually, the Polish one looks a little less viscous and darker red, whereas our Heinz baby is like super gelatinous in a way. I think the best way to try ketchup is with a French fry. So Heinz, just because we know. Kind of hits you back here, but mostly sweet. Polski. Still very sweet, but it's like a richer, almost tomato pasty flavor. And I think there are like spices in there or something. I can't read Polish. Look at this. A little less sweet, a little more tomatoey, a little more complex. I could see why if you grew up with this, you like need it. Same here though, you know what I mean? Everybody's got a different ketchup preference. Comment below what yours is. Now this sandwich doesn't have any meat, so we're gonna make a mushroom mixture, almost kind of like a duxelle, not really, by melting some butter, then adding in our shroometry, just kind of chopped up real nice, some onion, oregano, black pepper, garlic powder, and a pinch of kosher. Just move that around, cook it through. We're just trying to remove most of the moisture. This will take 5 to 10 minutes. Just be patient here. You don't gotta like put any color on these. Then to cool these off, we're just gonna pop this in a sheet tray, spread it nice and thin. Then that can go in the freezer or the fridge, anything. Just cool it down. It doesn't need to be piping hot, right? We're gonna pop this in the broiler later. Gouda cheese is from the Netherlands, which is just one country away from Poland, so it makes sense it would be a popular choice. It's nutty in flavor. We love it. We love a Gouda. The Balkans in southeastern Europe is a culturally diverse region including countries like Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, Albania, and parts of Turkey and Greece. I probably missed a couple, but you get it. Shaped by Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian influences, it's known for stunning landscapes, rich traditions, and of course, iconic food. Despite their differences, Balkan nations share a very, very deep connection, and that's especially prevalent in their cuisine. The Cevapcici or Cevapcici is a popular sandwich from Balkan countries like Romania, Bosnia, and Serbia. It's a meaty concoction of onions, creamy cheese, and a very special bouncy beef tube. For the Cevapcici, we got a couple interesting ingredients here. The first of which is this kaymak. It's a spreadable, rich, tangy, savory cheese. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of ice cream without sugar. It's that rich. It's made by simmering milk, then skimming off the top layer and fermenting it slightly. It's great for grilled meats or chari anything because it's so rich. And it spreads really nice. The next cool ingredient is ajvar, which is a Balkan vegetable spread made with roasted peppers, eggplant, garlic, oil, vinegar, and spices. Traditionally, it's made in the autumn after the pepper harvest, and families will get together, roast and peel peppers, then grind and cook them into this rich spread. The bread is called Lepinja. It's a popular Balkan bread. It's neutral in flavor, and when baked fresh is one of the most chewy and satisfying breads I've ever had. Now, I couldn't find any of this at any store, so I went through a few trials to really nail it. I'll leave the full recipe in the description. Now, the beef is a little special here. I actually had to make this the day prior because it needs to marinate in the fridge overnight. And that's because to get the real texture and flavor of Cevapcici, you need to add baking soda to the meat mixture. And I know it sounds weird, but it does add a very particular bouncy, chewy texture to the beef, and it helps it brown nicely. I tried it without the baking soda, and it's just not the same. I've seen Cevapcici made large, made small. We're gonna go for this kind of like small, medium rod shape here. We're just gonna pop that on a sheet tray, then it's under the broiler till they're nice and browned, and you'll tell when they're finished because they have this really nice crust to them. That's because of the baking soda. Oh yeah! Now I purposely underbake this bread a little bit because I want to give it a little bit of color under the broiler. So first we're going to mop up some of that beef fat with the bread, kind of open it up a bit, pop it under the broiler just till it takes on a little bit of char and kind of finishes cooking through. Maybe 3-4 minutes tops. Just watch it, make sure it doesn't burn. Now, Bulgaria might be the least densely populated country on this list at 6.5 million residents as of the recording of this video. But it's a heavy hitter because, well, they invented yogurt. Let me say that again. They invented yogurt. Thank you, Bulgaria. Bulgaria also hosts some of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. And fun fact, Bulgaria is known for its rose oil production and makes 70% of all rose oil across the globe. Cool, rose oil. What would you use that for? Perfuming desserts that are way too strong, massages, I don't know. The Prinzesi is a Bulgarian open-faced sandwich made with bread topped with ground meat, a special kind of Bulgarian cheese and spices, then it's broiled until bubbly. It's a popular Bulgarian breakfast option and a favorite among the youngsters. And nobody is 100% sure why this is called the princess sandwich, but let's get glamorous. This Bulgarian open-faced John is quite simple. A couple of special ingredients here. We got a Bulgarian hot pepper oil, and this special semi-hard Bulgarian cheese called kashkaval. I've seen it made with a lot of different types of milk, but for some reason this brand caught my attention, so we're gonna use this. It's like a slightly sharper, funkier mozzarella. Interesting, I actually like it. It's pretty good. Sharper than I thought it would be. So to our bowl, we're gonna add our pork, an egg, the kashkaval cheese, oregano, garlic powder, black pepper, and a pinch of kosher. Give that all a nice mix until it's kind of like a sausage consistency. It should be very sticky. Czech Republic, or Czechia as it's now referred, is known for its stunning architecture, glassmaking, and contributions to classical literature and music, which I wouldn't know anything about because I can't read. Speaking of which, bear with me on the pronunciations in this video. I'm trying my best, team. It's also considered to be the birthplace of Pilsner Lager, so thank you, Czech Republic, for great beer. Fun fact, Czechs consume more beer per capita than any other nation in the world. My people. Not actually by blood, but mentally. Chlebicky are open-faced sandwiches from Czech Republic and surrounding areas known for their elegant presentation and variety of toppings. They are staples at parties, celebrations, they're served in cafes, and beloved for their versatility and visual appeal. Some people even refer to these as the tapas of Czech Republic, and that's because they're small, endlessly customizable, and great for sharing, and probably go great with a cold beer. Or 5. Today we're gonna keep it super classic. This has got to be the easiest sandwich to make on this entire list. It consists of very simple ingredients, including this here potato salad. You can make this as thick or chopped as you'd like. Then we're just gonna cut up our vegetables. I got some small cornichon pickles here. Any pickle will work. A little bit of tomato. Just try to get some nice cuts on all these vegetables because the whole thing about the sandwich is that it's supposed to look very pretty. All of the components to each sandwich are complete. I think it's TTB. The Greek gyro starts with Greek pita, not to be confused with Middle Eastern pita, which has a pocket. This is just a flat bread. Nice glob at sot. And yes, I'm getting aggro with the tzatziki because I like tzatziki. On with our pork gyro meat. White onion, plenty of it. We're gonna do some mater, parsley, piece of paper right under there like this. We're gonna pop on some fries, then roll that up. The Greek gyro. Seat up. The Polish Zapiekanka, baguette. We're gonna butter both sides of the baguette. We're gonna spoon on some of that shroom onion mix, and then top it with that Gouda cheese. And that's under the broiler till the cheese melts. And we toast it up. I'm gonna go on with some chives, this can also be parsley, and some Polish ketchup. The Balkan Cevapcici starts with Lepinja. I'm gonna lay on the ajvar. Some of our delicious beef tubes. When they make these, I feel like they just kind of spill out all over the place, and it's kind of part of the appeal. Some white onion, and of course, a healthy dollop of kaimak. This stuff is just insane. Oh yeah. The Balkan Cevapcici. Best name, and look, doesn't that just look magnificent? The Bulgarian Prinzesi starts with a baguette. Just gonna saw off the nubs. Save these for couteau. Down the middle. On with our meaty cheese mixture. This should be a thin-ish layer. Like all that pork fat's probably gonna render into that untoasted bread. I'm trying to cover the entire sandwich here. We don't want it too thick on. And now this just goes onto a sheet tray. Maybe just a little extra cheese for good measure. And we're gonna pop that under the broiler till the cheese is melted and the meat is cooked through. Beautiful. We're gonna finish with a little parsley and a wee drizzle of Bulgarian hot pepper oil. It's a nice color. Woo! The Czech Chlebicky starts with sourdough. Little baby guys, look at how cute they are. We're gonna go down with some potato salad. This is a mayonnaise base. And remember, these are super customizable. The potato salad is like not on every kind of this sandwich, but it is on this one. A little bit of ham, hard-boiled egg, a little bit of pickle, une tomate, and a little curly parsley. Look at how weird and pretty those are. All right, we got all the sandos built out and ready to be tested. So gonna go with the Polish one. The Zapiekanka. I love mushrooms, I love onions. The baguette was nice. The Gouda was good too because it was kind of like a semi-firm cheese, not super gooey and melty, but kind of held up nicely with the mushrooms. And the ketchup, I gotta keep it real, I thought I would hate it a lot more. I'm not a big ketchup guy, but the Polish ketchup, man, it's a little different, I will say. Moving on here. All right, we gotta hit this one. The Czech Chlebicky, right? Look at that. We have the potato salad. I'm gonna put everything kind of in one bite area to give this thing a nice fair judgment. Gotta set us up for success. This thing is basically like an open-faced canapé, right? It is what you make it. I guess there's a ton of different combos. You just kind of decorate them and make them look pretty. I wouldn't be upset if that came on like a passing tray when I was, you know, at a party or something. I'd probably muck one of those, especially if I was like maybe a couple Pilsners in. It is what you imagine it being, put it that way. We all have experience with all those ingredients. The Gyro. Ooh, I'm gonna undress it a little bit. Don't expose me. I know the sandwich very well. I eat gyros all the time. The thing is that here in the States, at least around me, it's usually lamb and or beef, not pork. So the pork is a nice change of pace. I love a homemade tzatziki. That different texture between the finely grated cucumber and the large grated cucumber, dig it. But yo, this gyro recipe is awesome. And it reminds me a lot of the texture and taste of the shots, honestly. The fries, I never really get fries in my gyro, but I always have fries on the side. They're good in the sandwich. Boom. The Bulgarian Prinzesi. You know what, this is looking a little sad. I'm gonna have to put a little more of that hot chili oil on it. It's basically cheesy sausage bread with a little bit of hot oil on it. If you get the piece of the baguette that's the top of the baguette here, it's like really light and fluffy. For as simple as that thing is, it's a heavy hitter. Moving on to the last one. The Cevapcici, the Balkan Beauty. I think I'm gonna have to go corner shot for this. Probably the only way to like manageably do it. Am I dropping tubes? Wow, that thing is a mess to eat, but my God, is that good. This thing is special, I gotta say. The bread, it's like chewy and almost like gummy in flavor, but it's fully cooked through. Then you have the charred fat on there kind of helping things take on some color from the outside and get a little crispy on the inside. These beef tubes here it's not just meat shaped in a little tube like this. That baking soda really helps add this bouncy texture to them that I could see people either loving or hating, probably mostly loving. I like them a lot, they're great. The ajvar, it's this like kind of like spicy, like beautifully orange spread. And I gotta say, the kaimak, I hope I'm pronouncing that right because holy shaz is that stuff amazingly good. It's almost like ice cream without sugar. It's super rich, satisfying, a little fermented. Wow, that is gotta be a new favorite cheese of mine, for sure. Anyways, this is a pretty difficult decision. Now we gotta rank them. All right, so we're gonna rank these 1 through 5. In 5th place, it's gotta be the Chlebicky from Czech Republic. Listen, it's fine. It would be a fun past appetizer or a canapé, or like a drinking snack, which I'm pretty sure it is. It's just not my first choice of sandwich or open-faced sandwich for that matter, so 5th place. In 4th place, it's gonna have to be, I still can't say it, the Polish Zapiekanka. Butchered that one. Listen, again, big mushroom lover, Gouda cheese, love it. The baguette, the melting thing. I don't hate an open-faced sandwich. The ketchup wasn't really for me, but otherwise pretty good. I mean, mushroom as a main ingredient is sometimes, it doesn't always work right. I like a protein on there, especially for a sandwich, but this actually does work. It is kind of like meaty in a weird way. Very satisfying. All right, in 3rd place, the bronze. It's gonna have to be the Bulgarian John. The Prinzesi, right? I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did, as I said. The sausage was very satisfying. The bread was perfectly crispy. The hot oil is a nice touch. It's simple. Sometimes simple is all you need. 3rd place. In second place, the silver, it's gonna have to be the gyro. Woo! It's just a classic comfort food for me. I really love it. I've been eating it my whole life. I love a gyro. The gyro, second place. Which means in first place, our championo of the day, the Cevapcici, the Balkan Cevapcici. Woo! Yes, 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 yes. I love this thing, man. I gotta say, right now, today, in this very moment, of all the sandwiches on the board, this one made my tummy feel the bestest. The meat tubes, the perfect bounce, great beefy flavor. The onions, they're raw, sharp, and almost like spicy, which works so well with that creamy, like almost ice cream cheese, which sounds weird, but it's good. You gotta try it. The ajvar, the vegetable spread, peppers, garlic, eggplant, and of course, the Lepinja, the bread, really good. I mean, like, it's really good. I'm gonna leave the recipe for you guys in the description. I think I nailed it. And I don't always do that, so cool. Yeah, you're champion, the Cevapcici. But remember, I'm just one guy with one opinion, right? I don't wanna make this like a nationalist fight. So let us know in the comments below what you guys enjoy the most or what looked the best or the worst on the board. Now, the time has come. We are going to take the best components from each of these sandwiches to fuse together the ultimate Frankensando. For the Franken sandwich, we're gonna start with our Cevapcici bread, the Lepinja, a little bit of the ajvar, then the mushroom mixture from the Polish sandwich. We're gonna hit it with some gyro meat because it just was so seasoned and tasted so nice. A little bit of that kaimak cheese, then some pickles from the Czech sandwich, a dash of parsley, which we used in a couple of the sandwiches, the Bulgarian and the gyro, then some of that hot pepper oil from the Bulgarian, and that is it. A little bit of something from every sandwich to create what I believe is pretty dang tasty. Pretty good. Remember to like the video if you like the video, if you're gonna watch the whole series. If you're new to the Chansky, consider subscribing to the Chansky. If you're not new to the Chansky, welcome back. Best way to support us is over on the Patreon, aka the grocery fund. Helps us keep the lights on. And also remember, come say what up and hang out with us in the Discord. Come show us some pictures of your food. Come talk about cooking in general, or sandwiches, or ask a question. We're hanging out in the Discord. It's a good time, so come on in. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So until next we meet, farewell.